sorts of goodies in there.
Yes.
Is this where the pivot drive's in here, or is
yeah.
it? The Genoes, man. I love those boats.
These Genoes are sick, man. You can do whatever you want to with them. This is one that I just finished up rigging, and Mr. Presley came to pick it up, but I wanted to redo, just clean it up.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me too much time this morning.
Get you carried away, get ideas.
It's something I enjoy doing, and so
yeah.
This is my fault.
So you do complete outfits on the Genoes too?
Yeah, that's what we call it, marine and outfitters, because I do all that kind of stuff.
That's all. I remember before I even realized that you did the kayaks and stuff, one of them popped up on my feed. You had put it up for sale. And I was like, man, that's a sweet looking boat. And I want to say it may have been that one, either this. I can't remember if it was.
No, that one's a custom boat. So that one's gonna it goes to its new home Saturday.
Really? That's impressive.
So I'll say this. So occasionally I'll take folks out in mine.
Is that the one Dan went out in?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sweet.
The advantage of this boat is I have a low front deck, so I have people that are not used to a small boat.
Oh yeah.
They're up here, they feel safer, they're more comfortable. The way this is set up here, this is my seating. So I've got me, everything I need. I can get up there on the polling platform. My tea bag has everything I want on it.
There you go.
It's good to go. And then this is more than enough. Now this is an auxiliary fuel tank. The standard fuel tank is 3.5 gallons. I've never come close to running a whole gallon of gas. I bought this before I realized how fuel efficient it was.
Yeah, it's always nice though if you decide to, like I know of course they're big in Florida. See a lot of guys like down there at the Thousand Islands, they'll take them out and camp multiple days and just go deep.
So yeah, so coming up through here, so here's the pivot drive. Let me finish getting set up real quick. So the cool thing about the pivot drive is that you can pick when you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that day you just want to paddle, you don't have to put the drive on here. Or if you're like me and you have to car top it, you can slide yours in the back of the truck, which is awesome. I've got a super rig, so.
Oh yeah, so you definitely got to shed everything off of it.
Yeah, so it doesn't take too terribly long. Just 1,000 times longer than you want.
Yep. Sitting at the launch or packing up, and that's every minute counts. I think it's got the prop on it's big compared to.
So what you have to do when you're out here in this thing, like I tell people about the pivot drive, because it's a recumbent bicycle, you want to concentrate on your form.
Yeah.
Don't just try to hammer away, because if you do, you're going to get to the end of your stroke and you're going to bottom out here. And people are like, oh, is that the cable? No, the cable's got nothing to do with that. It's literally you just building that form. Once you've done that, then you're dangerous. And you can go really fast in this boat.
That's what a lot of people don't realize about like the Hobies is they want to just go all out, and it's like you could pedal half the speed and go twice as fast if you just used all of the drive and did it fluid.
Use your technique. And so that's what you're doing here. So like Nathan Rich went out in it, he tried to just hammer shower down on us. I was like, dude, that's not what you want to do.
Just all the technique. And so you can put, like if you were to take the pivot drive off, you could put it on any, like say you just got a random Pursuit and wanted to put it on there.
Yeah, as long as it's a Pursuit pivot drive.
So you don't have to, you don't have to do anything special to get it. That is really nice.
Yeah, and so what it lets you do is also too, you can see that Frontier, how deep it is.
Yeah.
So like let's say you want to take customers out or something like that, you can put the pivot drive on that too. Or you can put the EPS system on it. Or you can do just about whatever you want to.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you
see. Oh, this one's got the swivel seat. I remember my buddy had that on his. I was jealous of that.
Well, I'll grab the seat for this and I'll show you the way I've got it set up. Alright, so this is about as easy as it gets to set something up. I just take this right here, take this pin, and once I get to where I'm at, I just give it a little wiggle so it locks in. And that's it.
I see the propeller running, but still in my mind, it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me how
everybody gets in there like, oh, the cable will make it jerky. No, try it. There's no jerkiness to the cable whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, that's smooth.
It's super smooth. There's no resistance in the water. So once you get used to it, and that's another thing too, it's kind of tough to gauge what you're doing because you're expecting no resistance.
I tell you, they definitely put a lot of thought into it. You can tell they didn't rush it out just to get something out.
No, and the cool thing about it is too, they introduced the Pivot Drive in 2017 when they waited till the end of 2020 to actually put it into mainstream production. And they actually did a lot of videos explaining, hey, we're not ready to do this now, here's why. Like, we're not sourcing this right, blah, blah, blah. So
yeah.
like how you get a lot of complaints from people about other drive systems, and they're like, oh, they rushed it, this isn't right, I'm having trouble, blah, blah, blah.
PA 360.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I wasn't gonna point any fingers.
And I tell you,
or when the native drives first came out.
Yep. I mean, even like my drive, I've got the 180 drive. And I bought the first generation when it came out. And the first year, I had problems with it the whole time. And I wound up having to, granted, I probably should have tried to warranty it or something, but some of the stuff that broke on it wasn't necessarily their fault as much as me breaking it. But it had its issues, like the reverse would snap more than it would work, and cracked a bunch of the bearings and stuff. And I mean, I wound up having to pay $200 just to get everything fixed.
So there's your steering, and this is C-Star drive cable right there, same as you have on a big boat.
That's nice. Do you ever have to like grease that or anything?
Occasionally, just like you would for your standard boat.
Just put a little in
Yeah,
there.
and no matter where you're at, it doesn't hurt anything, and then instantly goes into reverse, no hesitation.
That's big.
Yeah, instantly. And then let's say we get to where we're at and it gets really, really skinny. We're gonna come right here. Now we want to see something really cool, and this is how another reason I show people. It's not the cable that ever gives you trouble.
Still pedals.
Because I'm just as smooth right here, because what happens, it'll kick up. So let's say we're fishing somewhere shallow like some weeks back and my motor's dragging, I can continue to pedal. Even though my motor's in the up position, it's like putting your outboard up and going.
Yeah, seeing it's got that block, so you don't have to worry about hitting. Yeah, that would be real nice, because that's the majority of what I do is less than 2 to 3 feet. So having something like that is protection is good. Another good I tell you, being able to take the motor or the drive off and go just back to a normal paddle kayak is, I mean, you're basically getting 2 boats with one in that with the drive system.
Yeah, you really are. And then you can put the paddle on there, you can put the EPS system on there, you can put a torpedo on there. You can literally just take a long trolling motor and put an extension on it.
Yeah.
You can do all that. And then we're up where we're at. So another thing, kind of like how your boat, when you sit down in it, you got to straddle and sit down or step into it. You got to build that confidence. With this,
swivel seat,
locking swivel.
That's nice.
And then again, same deal. And you got a ton of, lean in it. So you get the seat exactly to where you're comfortable at as you're building your setup. I'm going to add a seat riser kit to get my seat up a little bit higher, because I think that's going to build that setup in there.
That's
So I think that's what I'm missing, is just the height.
Yeah, I think that would help a lot. Keep your legs, instead of up, kind of down. That's one big hang up I've got with the old times, is there's no way to adjust it. And it's like when you're sitting there, I mean, your feet are at your chest pedaling.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, with this you can come on up.
Yeah.
So you can do all that with it. You can do the rises, you can do all that kind of business.
And I've even seen people use coolers, just put a cooler as the seat, and then that way they can have I guess if you got the back, there's not a whole lot of need to do that, but
yeah, you can, but that's still a booger and a half. But instead, if I can do the riser seat and I maintain my 360 and I get my back support, and the riser set is it's like $30.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, and then here's another thing I want to show people too. 9-foot fly rod.
Yeah, not doing that with the Hobie. I've got a 8-foot rod that I can't even fit in mine.
Yeah, you can set the 9-foot rod here. And then here's another cool thing about this. So we've got this.
I can't believe that.
You want to paddle to where you want to go, then you want to stand up and sight fish. Let's say you're in Little Lagoon. Great sight fishing, especially before the tourists get in there and blow it out.
Oh.
I mean, before our special friends from out of town get there.
Moves it, clears it out of your way.
Yeah, look, I can stand up.
That's big for, I'm sure, for you for fly fishing.
Yeah,
that's.
This is the first. So I've always wanted a pedal drive boat, but I never bought one because the only thing I do is fly cast.
Yeah.
It's like I was telling you the other day. It's like someone's like, oh, well, you can use this. I don't know what fucking that shit is. I ain't gonna lie. No idea.
Yeah, the little bit of fly fishing I tried, about the 2 months I was with it, I did it out of my kayak, and I would get so mad just getting wrapped up in the pedals.
You get all kinds of stuff there. With this, you don't have to worry about it. You're good
Yeah,
to go.
you just knock it out of the way.
And here, what I love about this is everything in the middle is, oh, by the way,
Still pedals in the
Still
forward
pedals.
position.
it's amazing. So let's say you're still having trouble, you're getting a lot of, you're still throwing fly line on here or whatever, just throw a towel over it, bro.
Yep.
Throw a wet towel, it won't blow away, put it on top of there, good to go. Boom. And I can adjust my seat every which way. This is such a badass boat.
I'm really surprised I haven't seen more people in Louisiana going to this. I guess it's still kind of new,
It is,
but I
it
mean,
is new. So the big hang up for Nucanoe is this is the first year they've gone all out having the pivot drive.
yeah,
And so now having a drive system, and I think the fact that this speaks volumes about Nucanoe to me is they spent so many freaking years in development. And they're like, hey, let's work out these kinks. Let's work. Because, yeah, they did have trouble because the way this sleeve is in here to run that cable through there, if it's not right, you do get the herky-jerkies.
yeah,
So they had to work all of those kinks out, and they put these in the hands of tournament fishermen and guides, and that's who used it. So these were boats that were on the water 4 or 5 days a week.
taking the test, getting the abuse on them.
What's wrong with this? What happened here? Why doesn't this work? Let's get it again. Let's do something different. Now we're in, let's say this is one of my triggers. We got the boat ready to roll. You notice even at the angle, it comes into a perfect position.
And it really doesn't sit too far below the boat, the bottom of the hull. I mean,
well, here's your water line right here. Like you can see where
yeah,
And people are like, oh, why is it so far down? I was like, because you have to get the prop below, bro.
yeah. I mean, it's really, I mean, compared to the Hobie turbo fins, it's probably the same distance down, and it kicks up. Like that's, yeah. I mean, it'll kick up by itself.
And then you can still be going like that, but it's not enough that if you go in reverse, it'll kick up.
Yeah, that's, man. Yeah, I'm glad to see this in person finally, because I've always looked at new canoes. Like I mentioned, I do a lot of hunting out of my kayak, and that was when I first heard about them. And it's always one of those things, oh, I'll look at it here and there, but I never, I mean, this is the first time I've seen one outside of my buddies in person, and I've never actually taken the time to look at it, I guess.
No, and then you're probably going to mount electronics on yours, right?
Oh yeah.
So let me show you something real quick. So obviously you got room for days to mount a little lithium cell battery up here because you can't really access too much anymore. But here's your cooler, but look at your space for your tackle behind you.
Yep.
And it's more than enough tackle. Like
I mean, you could almost fit your cooler, fit your rod holders, and then just have like a milk crate or something back there to throw everything in. So
you can put a black pack right there, whatever you want to.
don't have to choose between the
Right,
two.
I'm gonna go grab something from in there that I thought was totally cool. And the way they use the rail system is insane.
Always.
Boom, so have a seat. Try that seat out first off.
Let's give this a try.
I love the seat deck because now I can stand up in it comfortably.
Yeah, that's seat's real comfortable in
It's
this.
the same as like a Millennium seat.
Let's see. There we
You
go.
have one adjustment on the side, does the whole thing.
That's interesting. How about that?
Same as like a Millennium tree stand seat.
Yeah.
And I hunt out of an old man, so for me it wasn't a big deal.
That's where I. Oh
So
well,
you're-
that is extremely easy.
Yeah, and you're taller than me, so you'll probably move your body position back some, or you can move. Now look,
I would probably
I've
go a
got-
little bit.
Look, I can go this much further up with the unit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's endless customization, but that's still not bad. Now imagine
No.
putting yourself another 2 inches higher off the ground.
Yeah.
That's a perfect body position.
That is surprisingly easy and smooth.
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know, you get a little water resistance on there, it's different, but
Just concentrate on that stroke again and you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
And how much easier is that on your knees?
yep. Then instant reverse, so positioning around docks or...
Wait till you try steering that thing with that drive unit back there, dude.
Yeah, and that's...
Turn on a dime and give you 9.5 cents change.
Yeah, and that's cool too. The drive is all part of, or I'm sorry, the rudder and the drive are all one. So it's not like, you know, the Hobie, you've got your rudder in the back, you got your pedals up front, and just one extra thing to brake. And
everything's internal on the Hobie, so if there is something that goes wrong, you're fucked.
it is a nightmare.
Well, if something goes wrong here, let's say your belt snaps. Like and they use motorcycle belts, right? So
yeah.
that's not gonna happen. But let's say it does. Let's say you have an asshole at the ramp that cuts your cable before a tournament. Okay? I can see that shit happening.
Oh yeah.
People are assholes, right? Now I just pull my drive system out of the way, and I can actually paddle my boat.
Yeah. That's like with my PA. When I bought that, I accepted the fact that I will never paddle that thing unless it's, you know, an absolute have to. All right, y'all, that is gonna do it for this this video. Thank you if you're watching still, if you gotten to this point. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, a little bit different video, doing some different things nowadays. Like I said, I'm gonna start to try to change the channel up a little bit. Oh, my battery's about to die. I gotta make this quick. But that was a great little demo I did on the Nucanoe there. If you guys are interested in checking out the Nucanoes or the custom Nucanoes, not Nucanoe like I kept saying, if you want to check those out, check out Peter up there in Daphne. He's there at Delta Marine and Outfitters. He's opening a fly shop up in there soon. Got all sorts of boats. He can rig out any of those Nucanoes or any of those New Pursuit or Nucanoes. He can rig out any of those, get them set up for you. So he's a great dude, easy to talk to, very knowledgeable on his stuff. So y'all go check him out at his shop in Daphne. But like I said, I think that's about gonna do it for today. It was a little bit long video, a little bit different video. So if you're still watching, I really appreciate you. But if you guys enjoyed this video, shoot me the thumbs up. Do any of y'all fish out of a Nucanoe? Let me know below. I'm considering them, man. It's like I said, I need something for hunting that I can paddle. But being able to strap a trolling motor or a drive on it would be very nice too. So might have to look at that. Might have to give that one some serious thought. So if you guys fish out of Nucanoes, let me know below. Let me know your pros and cons and what you like about it. But yeah, I think that's about gonna do it for today. Like I keep saying, appreciate you guys tuning in. I always appreciate you guys watching, especially all that hang around to the end here. I really appreciate you. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here, and I will see y'all on the next one.